All right, Coach Tony, Wrestling Podium Performance. Today is July 18th. It's Friday. So for me, that means I've got deadlifts. And specifically in this phase, I'm doing deficit deadlifts. All today's vlog is going to be is simply just focusing on the deficit deadlifts, the benefits, why to do them, and in that regard as I go through that part of my workout. So if you like that type of educational content, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with any questions. So as for the deficit deadlift itself, as you can see, I've got an aerobic step in front of me. It's about 2.5 to 3 inches in height. So what that does is, typically when we do a deadlift, we're going from the floor. This deficit makes it so that in order for me to get to the floor with the bar and the weight, it has to go that extra little distance. So what that does for us is it increases the range of motion, which means you got to work a little bit further. You're now getting the muscles involved in a longer range of motion, so you're taking them to places where they might be weaker. You're not going to be as strong when you go through a longer range as you are with a shorter range, so now you have to work harder. So me, when I do deadlifts, I don't wear shoes. I like to just be nice and flat. When I do deadlifts, I like to be just sock-footed, basically barefoot. I wear socks just from a hygiene and cleanliness point of view. So this gives me a nice solid base to push from. There's no cushioning, everything's nice and solid and flat. There's no heel drop, there's no toe rise, everything's nice and flat, so it gives me a little bit more confidence. I can drive my toes really into the ground as well and feel like I'm almost like rooted in the floor. Start with the warm-up, with the empty bar. So these, I still approach it like a regular rep. So everything's cued in, nice and tight, hips back, and then down. And up quick, nice and strong. All right, so since now I'm going to be going at about 250 pounds today for the actual working sets. Now, do an intermediary weight as you're moving up. The heavier you lift, the more warm-up sets you're going to need. I'm only really going to need one extra warm-up set. So the empty bar, now some weight on the bar, as well. The great thing about with the Olympic size plates, bumper plates, the 25, 35, 45, 55 pound plates, they're all the same diameter. So I know every time I'm going to the same point on the floor. As well, these are the same diameter as your like 45 pound steel plates. So same thing with the warm up. I'm just doing 2 or 3 reps just to go through it, just to prime the system, warm up the nervous system and get ready. So that feels good. Now we go up to what the working weight's going to be. So as we get into it, like I've got 255 on the bar. That's in pounds, not kilos, obviously. Some of the biggest benefits that you're going to get from deficit deadlifts is you're going to be stronger from the bottom. So if you have trouble initially kind of getting the bar off the floor and getting it going, this can be one of the fastest ways that you build up that strength, because now you've got more strength from an even lower position. So when you get to when you're going from the floor, so this is the height from the floor, whereas with the deficit deadlift, I have to get even further into it. You're going to have a little bit more horsepower behind you when you do it. Now, as I get going here, you'll notice when I set up for it, I'm pulling myself to the bar. I'm not pulling the bar to me, I pull myself to the bar as I get set up. So it's okay, get the feet planted under me as if I'm going to do a vertical jump. That's my strongest position in terms of full range of motion here. And then I just go, I'm starting out both double overhand. I'm aiming for 6 to 8 reps here. So grab on, get set, grip's good. Then from here, it's just big breath and then we go. So just So as you will have noticed on that first set, I was doing them with a pause at the bottom. So each time I was back to the floor, I'm basically, okay, 1 second pause, so big breath, and then I go. Each time as well, when I'm lowering, I try to take a breath at the top so that I'm nice and queued up, I'm nice and strong on the way down, breathe into the belly. So a way to help with that, take your hands, push them into your sides and into your abdominals. And then when you take a breath in, you're trying to push those out. That's when you know you're bracing at your core. A lot of people, they breathe in, they're breathing into their ribs. When you're lifting and you're lifting heavy, you want to breathe more into your belly, get the diaphragm to move so that you're nicely braced for your spine. The pause at the bottom as well, like I was saying with the deficit, it reinforces that being strong off the floor, giving you that little bit of starting strength from getting right from the floor. Yeah, that first set felt good. Got 2 more sets, 255 pounds. I'm not using any straps for this. I'm just going raw dogging it. If I need to, I'll go alternate, but I'm going to try to be double overhand as much as I can because it helps to build up the grip strength. Deadlifts, one of the best exercises we can do just for building up grip strength. So a note when it comes to kind of programming deadlifts. I prefer to always put them right at the beginning of a strength workout, of a volume workout. The reason for that is it's a very neurologically demanding and overall system demanding exercise. You're using pretty much your whole body. You're lifting the most weight you're going to lift in the workout for basically any exercise. It's the hardest one to do, so putting it at the beginning allows you to be the freshest so that you can really cue in and focus on it. There are those out there who also say don't do more than 6 reps on a deadlift. I disagree with context. If your goal is strictly like powerlifting or just maximal strength, okay, working in the 3 to 6 rep range is going to be great for you. You don't really ever have to just do 1 RMs or 2 RMs. Doing 3 to 6 is plenty for building strength. I say you can do many reps with deadlifts. As you've seen in some of my workouts, I'm going as high as like 15, 20 reps for volume. The reason I say that is, yes, it's very demanding on you, but if it's very demanding, that means 1, if you're looking to build muscle or burn fat, it's going to be great for that because it's using a lot of energy. 2, it builds up some resilience in terms of both, okay, I know I can do more than I thought I could in terms of volume, but also helps to make your body a little more robust for preventing and being resilient to injuries. So now as we get into the 3rd set, that 2nd set, my grip was what failed. So I'm going to be going with a reverse grip, an alternate grip. So I'll go left hand pronated, right hand supinated. If I was doing another set, I'd switch that over. But I'm going this way because there's going to be an ever so slight kind of twist that you have when one arm is pronated and one arm is supinated. But everything else is still the same setup basically. It's just the grip is a little different. All right, so that's it for the heavy working sets. So strip this down to 155 and do a volume set. All right, so as I was just saying before my 3rd set there, doing high volume for deadlifts ain't necessarily a bad thing. I do this volume set to build up some more strength endurance in my low back, glutes, in the areas that are basically kind of that weak point for a lot of people's deadlifts. That area is also where a lot of people have some chronic pain. So by building the strength in the muscles that are around there, you reduce a lot of the issues. So here I'm just going to go, I'll probably do 12 to 15 here. And it's just touch and go. And yeah, this is the one where this is where we have a little fun. So that's everything for today's workout. Just my vlog part just focused purely on the deficit deadlifts and the work and my commentary around that and how it can benefit your deadlifts and how to do them effectively. If you've got any questions on that, please leave a comment below. And if you got some value from this, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. My post-workout today is going to be the usual. 1 scoop of ATP Labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of their greens and reds whole food mix, as well as 5 grams of creatine monohydrate from Clean Athlete. If you want to get 10% off an order from ATP Labs, go to the link in the description below or their website, atplabs.com, and use code WRESTLING10 at checkout. That's good for both Canada and the US. Anyways, go give deficit deadlifts a try in your own workouts. And Coach Tony here, Wrestling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.